Hi, and welcome back to the Mr. Brad Worden Show. And today is day 2 of the Trouble Bubble Tolerance training. Not that I really need it because I completed a challenge earlier today. So the interesting story was my camera person tried to be a mediator between me and the preacher of Spice. So she got us together today so we could go on a little trip. Well, on our way back from the trip, she was like, hey, why don't we stop at Buffalo Wild Wings? And then as we're going in the door, hey, there's that Carolina Reaper Blazing Challenge. Why don't you guys do that? Like, well, I have to do my Trouble Bubble, and that's pretty hot. I mean, it's not like super duper crazy hot, but it's a solid hot. So she talked us into the challenge. If you want to watch that challenge, which I just did just hours ago, probably like 2 or 3 hours ago, you can go to this Preachers of Spice channel. He has it. Maybe I'll put a link below as we both attempt that challenge. As you can see, I finally beat it. I beat it the other time, but the first time I did it, when I was in the first city, they didn't offer all the prizes and concessions for completing the challenge. They're just kind of like, oh, do it on your own. This time they officially timed us, gave us our headband, gave us our reward, ice cream at the end. So they did that for us finally. So here's my headband prize from that. So being a little nervous now, 2 things that make me a little nervous. Number 1, that challenge has just been 2 or 3 hours ago, and I can still feel it in my stomach a little bit. Not calf cramping, but a little bit of a burn. Now I'm doing Trouble Bubble, which is 60 million Scovilles. Day 2. So I got a lot of capsaicin in my system yet. And then now that it's day 2, all these days now, I'm going to have to do a little extra. Not like I didn't do extra before today, but now I do this, and then my camera person also picked me up a little surprise, and I'm not allowed to look in here, but it looks and feels like some confectionery treat, and I don't know what it is, so after I do Trouble Bubble, when I get to this, she'll have to explain to me what this is or what she thinks it is, and then I'll attempt to eat this after Trouble Bubble, no matter how hot or possibly gross it is. I don't know really what the issue behind this one is, but we'll find out.
What happens if it's bugs?
I will not do bugs. And I'll have to be careful because I don't know if bugs are like hidden inside of it or something weird like that. So like, I'm gonna have to be pretty careful with treading on these things, whatever they be. All right, well anyway, I suppose I'll read the disclaimer so I can get my points later on for these crazy days of Trouble Bubble. I'm Mr. Brad Worden of over 18 years of age, of sound mind, and running understood the Hot Toss product disclaimer on the League of Fire website. In summary, I accept the League of Fire and their suppliers and manufacturers will, under no circumstances, be responsible or liable for any claims of injury or damage arising me from consuming this product or multiples thereof. I acknowledge and agree to this without question. So there is the League of Fire disclaimer. Here is day 2 of tolerance training, and yes indeed, if you do one of these a day, your tolerance will truly be built doing the 60 million, but it may be worse than that because I already have a burn going from the last challenge today, so this is only going to probably amplify that. And then on top of that, you have something else crazy for me to do, so I'm a little bit flabbergasted at the moment.
What happens if
Oh, not to mention, on my way over, I smashed my little pinky toe on the chair and I heard a crack, snap, crackle, pop. And, well, maybe that'll help me with the pain here, but it's kind of going away now.
What happens if it's a skull?
This is Let's bolt that side. You did not put a skull in there, did you? I might have to refuse that if that's the case. Alright, so here we go. Here's the Trouble Bubble. Here's the little card again. Final warning, you're in big trouble. Consume at your own risk. League of Fire Sanction Challenge. I may be in trouble tonight.
Did you read the disclaimer?
Yeah, I read the disclaimer. Must have been distracted at all the pain and suffering I'm about to endure here. Here we go. This one's a little bit more coated than yesterday.
Ooh, wait.
Eat the wrapper again? Oh no, now I dropped it on the table. You're not supposed to touch these with your bare hands, but I do. But now it hit the table, so beware of the table.
It's the newest thing. Go for it.
Eat the wrapper, that's the newest thing. Oh, and here starts to heat. Because probably all the powder that came off is on there.
I wouldn't swallow it though, you know, just chew on it. Be done.
So that's not the official challenge, that's just a pre-show of it. Here's the actual gum.
I just pop it in your mouth.
What can you do? I'm not going to fidget as much tonight with this one. Especially since I had a pre and post thing to do.
I wonder what your surprise is.
Here we go. Have this ready. Oh. Oh.
It's just a piece of gum.
Well done. Still feeling it from before. Trying to amplify already. It's never good to do 2 super crazy challenges in one day. Possibly 3. Who knows what's in there.
Right. Oh.
That was decent, but you torture me. I love the way that camera person smiles at me outside. Yes? No?
It's up to you. Your choice.
Okay.
That was a good one.
I like it when I hear the little pop to it. So had a few good ones. I like the little popper ones.
That wasn't so bad.
Yeah. Wasn't so bad.
Now for your prize.
Alright. I'm really scared. It better not be a skull. Of any nature. Oh man, my tongue's on fire still.
Chocolate covered ants?
What? Oh. Oh.
Alright, so let me tell you what it is. The person.
Is this Reaper powder?
I don't think so. I don't know what it is actually. The person that sold it to me, it was Hispanic, and they said it was a Hispanic chocolate. It was spicy.
I know what that is, but oh.
What is it?
He didn't think it was overly spicy.
I don't know, whatever the powder was, it kind of amped things up. It does not taste like Reaper, but on top of the Trouble Bubble, it gave me a burn of
He
meat.
said it was a spicy.
All right, here we go.
He said it was a spicy Mexican something creation.
Well, it's now or never. Oh. Just so coated. Wow.
What's it?
I don't know if that's the remains of the Trouble Bubble on my tongue or it's this thing or a combination, but it's hard to tackle. so powdered up with whatever.
I just bite into it, maybe.
Is it spicy?
Some kind of truthful. Oh. I really don't know how hot this is. It's hard to gauge with the trouble bubble ramifications yet, but
You said it was spicy. Whatever that means.
it's got pretty good heat. If I didn't have the trouble bubble, I think I might still have some heat. I don't know what level it would be at. Because I'm still feeling the gum.
He did say he thought there was some powder in there of some sort.
Well, definitely it's a layer on the outside. I don't know what kind of pepper it is, but it's solid heat. Didn't they? I'm assuming this is the hottest thing I had.
Yes.
The flavor's not bad. It's like the pepper powder's on the outside, and that's got like fudge on the inside. It's got like a layer of like a hard layer of like dark, I think. I don't really care for that. I can kind of taste a little dark in there, but kind of a lighter fudge in the middle, powder on the outside, hard dark layer. I don't know. Now maybe I can. The heat's starting to come down from the trouble bubble, so now maybe I'll get a better read on this a little bit. All right, so this one's hot, but it's not overly hot. I think the trouble bubble was still causing me the heat. Here's the package.
What will I put into that little bag tomorrow for you?
Oh, you want me to save the mystery bag?
Yes. Because tomorrow I'll be matching you up with something else.
So now the heat's gone down from everything in my mouth for the most part. But now it's going to be the aftermath of all this stuff tonight. And I do not know what that will do to me. All right, well, this has been day 2 completed of the endurance challenge with a bonus spicy Mexican truffle of natures. Seemed bad at first because of their trouble bubble, but I can't. When I do things with something super hot, it's hard to gauge. Obviously, it did have heat to it, I could tell, but I just don't know exactly what amount by itself it would have been. So, all right, stay tuned tomorrow, and don't forget to check out the Buffalo Wild Wing Challenge on the Preacher Spice channel. Maybe we'll have to declare war against my camera person. She's getting pretty nasty here these days. Pretty nasty. So, have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 3 on the Mr. Brad Warren Show.